So today, my daughter come home, and my wife hands me this list of spelling words that her teacher gave her that she's supposed to learn. Now, whenever this happens, we know it's going to be a struggle, right? Because my daughter really has a hard time paying attention. In fact, when my daughter first was put into kindergarten, her teacher said that she absolutely needed to be held back because she wasn't learning anything. Now, what her teacher in kindergarten didn't know is that I, using my model, the ADHD learning model, had already taught my daughter how to read. My daughter could read books. I don't have the books handy, but if you guys are familiar with the Bob books, they're good books. The basic things. Braille knew all the letter sounds, and she'd go through and she could read all of them. But when she got to school, her teacher had no idea how to engage Brielle, had no idea how to engage somebody with ADHD. And so her teacher would ask her, okay, what's this? And Brielle would, I don't know. And so her teacher thought that she didn't know anything. When the fact of the matter was that I'd bet Brielle knew more than any one of the kids in the class about how to read. Unless there's other kids in the class that knew how to read, which I kind of doubt. So anyway, it's a little example of what I do to teach her how to read. Here today is her list of words that she had. So on the left there, she had some basic words. And when I first started going through it, I love just testing the model. I said, okay, Brielle, let's read these words. Now I can do that with my son. My son does not have ADHD. When he had his words, I'd say, okay, Liam, read the words, and he'd sit down, he'd sound them all out, and it was easy. Not a problem at all. Didn't have ADHD. Very easy. With my daughter, though, I said, okay, Brielle, let's read these words. And, she's like, oh my goodness, Dad, I really don't want to. Oh, look at that over there, and it's kind of all over the place. Same way I was when I was a kid, because I had ADHD too. So really hard to get her attention on, right, without using the methods. So I tried for a little bit, just kind of testing the waters a little bit, trusting the method. And after a while, was not getting anywhere. And so then I started using some of the methods. So we went through these words, and I used some games. I turned the activity of going through this into utilization of the criteria of engagement, is what I call it in the book. And all of a sudden, she starts paying attention. She starts getting excited. It's how she's giggling. She's having fun. And she went through, and in the time it took me to get the first word, she has spelled and written out every one that you can see here. She doesn't have the best handwriting. She's still in first grade, but she's written out every single one of these words here. So, go, home, whole, hope, joke. She is totally capable of learning, absolutely capable of learning, but I had to use my methods. So if you've got a kid and they're doing terrible in school and can't learn and struggling, it's not because, I don't know, I'm assuming that your child only has ADHD and does not have other learning challenges. If it's just ADHD, that's not stupidity. ADHD is not being stupid. You don't have to hold them back a grade. You just need to teach them the way that their mind works. And it was exciting to watch my daughter Brielle go from, just every so often I like to just test the method again, try it the way my son does it, and then, okay, let's do it the way Brielle does it. And again, we worked for several minutes to try to get her to do the first word. Wouldn't do it. But when I kicked in the criteria of engagement, we did all the other words in as much time as it took her to do the first word. So it works, and I'm excited to share more of this with people. I'll be posting some more things on it later. If you haven't had a chance, I made my book about as cheap as I possibly could on Amazon. You should see a link there on the page. If you sometimes struggle to read things like instruction manuals, because maybe you have ADHD yourself, there is an Audible that talks about it as well. They give examples. I'm also working right now on putting together something called, I'll save the title. I'm putting something together that's going to help specifically parents parents of kids who have ADHD, how to teach their kids, how to help their kids be successful. So more exciting things to come, and best of luck to you. Bye.